Welcome to Media Watch. James Creedon is here, installed and ready. And as ever on this slot, we like to give you a little bit of controversy. Yesterday, there were demonstrations in 75 cities across France, and this was against gay adoption, wasn't it? I understand you've got some viral images that have been doing the rounds.
Well, one set of pictures have been clicked on no less than 90,000 times online.
90,000?
I think this guy...
Since yesterday?
Since yesterday. He was trying to make a bit of a statement, trying to kind of create one of these viral images, but I'm not sure it really worked, right? It didn't really work. Let's get a close-up on these pictures. What he's doing here is... And put the sound right up, because what he's doing is he's going up here to women, and they're saying, maman, maman, mammy, right? And then he's going over to the other side, right? And it's all the guys, and they're saying papa. But he looks really ridiculous, right? The whole idea is if you need a mommy and you need a daddy in order to fly, because these people are against the whole idea of what they call in France homoparentalité, gay parenthood. And so their idea is you need a mom and a dad, you know? But look at him, he's in this kind of lycra suit thing, which makes him look really silly. I'm not sure
it makes him look a bit asexual, doesn't it? Neither male nor female.
Right. When he should be looking like a papa, right? I mean, this is like the whole idea.
You could say that, I suppose, but it's a bit weird, isn't it?
It is, and this kind of fetish outfit, it's all very strange. And
I think we discovered a bit more than we needed to discover there, James, haven't we?
Right. Internet users loved it, right? Let's take a look on the computer at the various kind of things you're getting. You're saying, oh, he's digging so deep that he's found a gaz du schiste, which is kind of a shale gas, hashtag WTF. Lots of other, what would you say, comments like that. Now, let's look at what one internet user thought the inspiration might have been. Let's play a clip from this 1970s song called, what is it called? Fais comme l'oiseau. Do like a bird. Do it like a bird.
Comme l'oiseau. Okay.
Let's take a listen.
Okay.
Right.
I like it. It's good. What is that about, James?
Well, some people are like, that's the only thing we can think of. Maybe he was inspired by that because it's so silly, right? So anyway, he probably didn't need to... Anyway, the thing is, right, in another town, that was in Le Mans, outside of Paris, kind of 200 kilometres from Paris.
Le Mans, the famous 24-hour race takes place in Le Mans.
That's it. Now, in Marseille, in the south of France, there was another protest. And this time, look what two women who were passing by decided they'd do to get in, to kind of, you know,
Can we have a close-up of this?
To peeve the protesters who were flapping around with the bird outfit, right? So you've got the bird outfit thing that was going on down in Marseille as well. Now, the story behind this photo, because it actually generated an awful lot of comments, AFP took that photo, and you have here what they're calling Le baiser de Marseille, the kiss of the Marseille kiss, the story behind the photo. Now, what is the story? Basically, these two girls are just walking by. They came across the protest. They came across also the counter-protest. They asked the counter-protesters, well, what's going on here? They said, oh, it's, you know, it's against the whole adoption law that is set to be passed. And these were two buddies. They're not actually lesbians at all. And they were like, okay, let's just provoke
well, it is.
The bird people.
It's quite a smacker we're seeing there, and that looks great. You know,
it does look great, and it gathered a lot of attention. And so there you go. It's basically in June. It was announced that a law would be passed for gay marriage, etc., etc. And now it's being pushed back.
Do you know, James? I don't know where I stand because I was brought up as a Catholic, so that says I should be against it. But I've seen so many people's marriages break down in animosity and horrible things like that. That if you've got two people that love the child, then surely that's got to be better than having two people warring over a child.
I think so.
But it is more complicated than that.
That's
but you can see why people are, confused and split over
and
these things.
getting dressed in lycra suits and flapping around.
Crazy, isn't it? Anyway, so less flapping, more snogging. That's what I said. It's far more fun. Far more fun.
I think that was the general consensus, Mark.
Yeah, especially those two. They're great, aren't they? What's next, James, before I get sacked?
Jerome Kerviel. We've been following that today. He got 4.9 billion euros on his overdraft. In the negative, in the red. So some people saying that's the equivalent of 370 euros of the minimum wage. Others calling him a bouc émissaire.
Scapegoat.
That's right. Here saying, well, when I'm overdrawn, I think of Jerome Kerviel, who has to reimburse 4.9 billion, and I actually do feel better straight away. That's another comment. And another person saying, well, the solution is actually Liliane Bettencourt. Isn't she a billionaire? So maybe become her toy boy, right?
That's a bit naughty.
Now, the Daily Mash, I like their comment on it. This is an old article that's being shared again today. French trader was forced to work 30 hours a week. His $7 billion in losses were blamed by friends on stress brought on by a 30-hour working week. That is a satirical view from the Daily Mash, saying that he was being overworked and he just didn't know what he was doing, and the whole 35-hour week, and he lost a lot of money as a result.
Very thin lacing of irony there, James. Thank you very much indeed. James Creedon with Media Watch.
Thanks, Mark.
I've said it before and I'll say it again. If he didn't exist, they would have to invent him. Thanks, James.
Thanks, Mark.